Okay, everyone. Welcome to Stop Selling and Start Closing. My name is Kate Farian. I'm the sales manager here at Neishoff and Fleming for Team South. My contact information is as shown on this slide. Of course, you can always call or email me with questions after this presentation, or for any other reason. I'm here as a resource. We all are at Neishoff and Fleming. Now, to get started with the presentation. There we go. Today, there are going to be 5 main topics on our agenda: the types of salespeople, knowing your audience and the 4 personality types, knowing your products, market, and competition, and sales training, why it's important, the right language to close, and a suggested reading. It's not homework, though I do suggest it. It's a very good book, just so you know. So first up, don't be a sleazy salesperson. It sounds very simple, but what comes to mind when you think of a salesperson? Most of us think about a car salesman, greased back hair, trying to trick you into something. So you need to ask yourself, what words come to mind when you think of a salesperson? If your thoughts are running more along the lines of words like rejection, pushy, fake, annoying, unwanted, manipulative, scary, or sleazy, then you need to think about if you emulate any of those characteristics, and if so, how to change them. Remember, when you walk into someone's home or someone walks into your office, you're selling yourself first and the product second. You need to think of a salesperson as a helpful partner, a problem solver, a relationship builder, a mutual benefiter, and honest. Changing your mindset about what a salesperson is the key to feeling differently and acting differently about selling. How you perceive yourself is how people see you. If you feel like a true partner when you go into someone's home, then you are going to be perceived as a true partner. So you want to make sure that that is the impression you're giving all of your clients every day. Now, one way to do that is outward appearance. You need to present yourself as a professional. This really doesn't need to be talked about too much. We all know that a professional comes organized and is an expert in their field. If you're uninformed and pushy, no one's going to see you as a professional, and you're not going to get referrals, and you may not even close that sale. All right, so the next topic, know your audience. Studies have determined that there are 4 major personality types: assertive, amiable, expressive, and analytical. Take a moment and try to identify yourself. For any of you who know me, I am an analytical type. So file that away in your head. All right. So understanding personality types can be the key to better interaction with everyone you meet at work and home and everywhere in between. Here's how to identify and communicate with each of the 4. The first one is assertive. That's the top right corner. They're also considered the driver and competitive. How to appeal to them? First of all, you need to stroke their ego and let them take the lead. These are your type A personalities, the go-getters who strive to be the best in everything they do. For a real-world example, it would be Steve Jobs or Donald Trump. This is the group of high achievers who are decisive and strong-willed. Make a point when you're sitting down with one of these personality types to be professional and prepared in your interactions. They have things to do. Keep things moving. If possible, you can play into their sense of competition by issuing a challenge or selling them on a way to get ahead. They're always looking for the next new thing to help them. This can definitely be used in the world of sales, Medicare, and insurance. Now, the next type would be amiable. That's in the opposite bottom left corner. They're spontaneous. How you appeal to them is you match their energy and have a good time. For those with an amiable personality, life is a thrilling adventure or a party. They love the thrill of the interesting, and their glass is always half full with possibility. This mold was made for the outgoing. The amiable are drawn to excitement, so you're going to need to hold their attention with big picture ideas and by building rapport. Use their name as often as possible in conversation. I am sure we all know these people. I myself find myself to be friends with mostly amiable people because they are so fun to be around. Though getting their attention and keeping it in a sales scenario can be difficult, so be sure to use their name in conversation and get big picture ideas. Now the next type is expressive. Humanistic, that's another word for it. Now, how to appeal to them? Socialize and empathize. Expressive personalities are people pleasers at heart. Their outward focus on others is their greatest asset. Happiness, friendship, and respect are the pillars of their relationships. Those with expressive personality types love to bond, and they are pros at doing so. So you need to avoid confrontation or argument with an expressive personality. Conflict is a 4-letter word. You need to reassure them with words of affirmation, which will serve to both build up self-esteem and gain trust in the relationship. They need to feel safe. These people are going to be a great lead source for you. If you have the relationship, they are going to want to help all their friends and their family and their neighbors, and they will pass your name along. This is a very altruistic kind of person. Now, lastly, is the analytical, the methodical, or, like I said, myself. How to appeal to them? Be thorough and give them time. The analytics are rational supercomputers of the population. They are information hounds who weigh on all the options before making a decision. They are persistent, serious, and orderly. Often they are perfectionists. Those with an analytic personality thrive on organization and are dependable on a deadline. Do not rush an analytic, and certainly do not skimp on the information. Be prepared with data. If you need to support a point or make a pitch, speak the facts and numbers when possible. A person with an analytic personality is great with follow-through, so make sure you respond in kind. When you come across an analytic person, this is where you're going to actually need to do the math for them. Show them the difference between a plan F, G, and N. They're going to want to see the breakdown of the numbers. So this is the person you can do that for. You're obviously not going to want to do that for an assertive person or a driver. They have things to do. They want the big picture, they want to make a decision, and they want to move on. And then the expressive person, they're not going to care if you break down the numbers and they're saving $50 if they perceive that, you know, a friendship or their happiness might suffer in the future. So what personality type do you most identify with? Chances are you might see yourself in more than one group. Knowing the differences between each can help you appeal to all. Mix up your messages so that there is a little something for everyone until you can tailor your approach to that personality. The hardest part is going to be identifying them and then following through with the best way to approach them. The best salesperson is going to have traits from every group. So the closer you can get to the center, the better you're going to be. Okay, so next up, what everyone needs to do is know your products. Because if you don't know your products, how can you sell them? If you don't know the market you're in, you're not going to be able to sell. Same goes for the competition. You need to know your competition. If Humana is big, which it is in the South, and you're trying to sell United Healthcare, well, then you need to know the pros and cons of each, because one product does not fit everybody. And we all know that to be true. So you need to know your products. If you want to be viewed as an expert, you need to actually be the expert. So there's no trick to this one. You just have to know it. Utilize your resources. Here at Nice Schloss & Fleming, you have a team behind you all year round. You have a sales manager, broker support, contract specialist, lead specialist, custom design specialist, and online tools. What I pulled out for this presentation was the online tools. I feel like we can definitely utilize these stronger to our benefit, and the best thing is you don't have to worry about our office closing. If it's 5 o'clock and you can't get a hold of anybody and you have an appointment first thing in the morning, you could always go online. Find the information. The online tools include the Nice Schloss & Fleming quote engine. This one allows you to quote every zip code for every carrier available, regardless of what you're contracted for. So even if you're talking to somebody, for instance, in Florida, maybe you have a friend that's retiring down there, and they ask for some input, you can always quote them. You can pull up the zip code that they're going to be moving to and tell them what that market looks like. The best thing is the quote engine not only has a customizable price, but it also has market analytics. So you're going to be able to see if they have an AM Best rating of, A- or higher. You're going to be able to see what their rate increase history was, which is a very good tool. Now, the carrier website also has many unutilized tools, including the Agent Toolkit for United Healthcare. If you've ever gone into that one, there are multiple products and signage that are available for free. All you have to do is go on there and order it. For instance, right now they have window claims for United Healthcare. They're huge, they're great, and they're free. ABE for Aetna, they have a customizable marketing material spot on their website. Now, to print things from there, the cost will be very high. However, you can download a customizable Aetna-branded anything and print it yourself. And here at Nice Schloss & Fleming, we actually have printing companies we work with to get very good quotes for you. So just give us a call and we'll get you a great price. Now, webinar series. We have them here at Nice Schloss & Fleming, as you well know, but Medico also has a very good series with cross-selling tips and other product know-how. So if you have any questions, call your sales manager for a personalized walkthrough. This is what we do. We're here to make you the expert. So lastly, for online tools, don't forget about online application tools. When you're sitting with a client, you can just pull up the app and answer their questions. Get them a customized quote. It makes you look good, but also it makes things easier for you. If you have questions about how to use an online tool or gain access to an online application, just call or email us. Okay. So now, getting down to the nitty-gritty, the right language to close a sale. First, you're going to want to assume the sale. In order to close a sale, you have to have everything lined up. Thankfully, the majority of things are actually in your control when it comes to Medicare. Believe it or not, you definitely can set up your appointment to be a success. And this starts on the phone when you set the appointment. When you talk to the person, you're going to want to assume they want to see you. You have the product they need. If they don't enroll with you for a Medicare plan, they are going to with someone else. When you set the appointment, offer 2 separate days. For instance, let's sit down and cover your Medicare options in black and white. Which day is better for you, Monday or Tuesday? Then listen to what they have to say and then offer 2 times. Okay, Monday sounds great. I have 2 times available, either a 9 a.m. or a 3 p.m. Which time best fits your schedule? After that is established, end the call. By offering times like that, it gives you the control and allows you to take control of the appointment down the line. You gave them 2 slots, you established that you're in demand, you don't have all day. They should be there, it's going to help your close ratio and also shrink your no-show ratio. We've all been there. We've set appointments and had somebody forget or just not show, and then you have to reschedule. And if you're driving all the way across the county, that's the last thing you want to happen. So set yourself up for success. When you're at the appointment now, take the time to build the rapport. This is when you can slow it down in the beginning. As you're getting everything lined up to be compliant, ask open-ended questions. This is where you figure out if they have family in the area, how long they've lived in an area, where they like to travel. These questions have a purpose. The answer is going to help guide you to the benefits that best fit and concern your client. If you do this correctly, it's going to help your retention and referrals. For instance, if the person likes to go to Florida, the passport program is going to be the best fit for them. If this person is brand new to the area, well, guess what? They might not be tied to a specific network provider. They want to go with the best plan in general without network concerns. If they've been in the area for a long time, maybe they have a specialist that is hands down, they're never going to move, so you want to make sure that specialist in the network, and don't even bother with the plans that aren't. So it's going to help streamline the process down the road when you're giving them options. And as the old saying goes, people don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. By taking the time to become familiar with audience names, by your clients, anything, and any other personal information that matters regarding your client, it's a sign that you care. And you'll get a powerful result every time. People will be loyal to you. They won't let that next agent scoop the sale from under you. Now, you need to have assumptive language patterns and questions. So, what does this mean? You need to have a firm grasp on language patterns that will help you close more deals. You must incorporate assumptive language in your vocabulary. Examples of this. Assumptive language patterns would mean you need to avoid words like if, were, would, could, and you need to replace those words with active words like when, where, and will. Examples of this. Let's move forward. This phrase encourages the prospect to work with you, to finish the transaction, and it feels collaborative and mindful of their time. You're actively moving forward. You're actively looking to finish the appointment and to get them set up. So, another example. What's the next step, and when should we start? This question and related question assumes that there will be a next step and encourages the customer to make a progressive decision to move forward. We've all done those appointments where the customer does not make a decision. So you need to take control and just ask, what's the next step? That next step could be, I need you to come back closer to my open enrollment period. That next step could be, we need to wait until my Medicaid card comes in the mail. Whatever it may be, establish that next step. Another example, where should I send this contract, and who would you prefer to pay? Also, would you prefer to pay by credit card, cash, or check? These are powerful trial closes that assume simple, pertinent facts. The contract is ready to be signed, and the product or policy is purchased. If they're pulling out their payment information, they have purchased the policy. People don't get their checkbooks out or get you that kind of personal information if they don't intend to make the purchase. So if you get any action on these statements or questions, you can assume the sale is completed. So another example. This has been a very popular product. However, a lot of clients are now requesting ... In other words, what you think you need or want is not ideal for the situation, but the alternative is proved and popular with others. People always like to follow the trend and mix in with the herd. There's a security and confidence when they hear these kind of facts. They want to be in the popular product because if it's popular, it's good. That is a basic mentality. It's proven. United Healthcare, 1 in 5 senior Medicare recipients are enrolled in a United Healthcare product nationwide. That's why AARP branded United Healthcare plans sell so well in specific areas, of course. Now, another question. What other products have you considered? This simple question can garner valuable information about competitors they might be considering or quotes that they might be shopping for. It's a great way to tease out the competition and kill their pitches by highlighting the strengths you have over them. Always keep it positive and focus on your strengths. Do not talk negatively about the competition because you don't know where this is going to go. Keep it positive. Say, that sounds great, but have you looked at this? It's fantastic. And then show them what benefits that you've already identified that will be important to them by asking those open-ended questions. Show them those benefits. It has a passport program. It has your doctors and network. It has the lowest copays or no copays. And look at this. All tier 1 and 2 drugs, if you order them by mail, it's $0. You can't beat it. Now, that's what you do. You turn the conversation and you focus on the positive. Now, lastly, the question, what questions do you have? Compels the customer to ponder the sales pitch and consider the benefits. Once you ask, what questions do you have? Stop talking. Let them answer with their questions. If they have no questions, I don't think they were paying attention. Everyone has questions, even if it's what's the next step. All right. Now, lastly, as I promised, suggested reading, The Wedge, How to Stop Selling and Start Winning by Randy Schwartz. I recommend this book for anyone looking to improve their win ratio or just looking to brush up on their selling skills. I've read it. I found it very helpful. There are hundreds of techniques, and no one style works with or for everyone. So I like to get the most information, sort through it, and then find what works for me. The key is identifying your audience and knowing your product well enough to tailor your approach. That's the basics of selling. Does anyone have questions? Okay. First question, is this webinar available to watch or listen to after this is over? I missed the beginning and I am very interested in the topic. First off, thank you for the question. And of course, this webinar, along with all of the other webinars NISOF and Plumbing are doing, will be available on the YouTube channel as well as on our website. When it's posted in the next 2 to 3 days, we'll send out a blast and it will be available to you. All right. All right, and it's Randy Schwantz. That would be the name of the book right here. Rather than trying to spell it out for you guys, that's the picture of the book. That's the latest copy as well. Any other questions before I sign off? Okay, well, thank you for your time. I know it's always a lot taking time out of a busy sales day, so I appreciate it. If you have any questions, just call me or email. And again, this webinar will be up in the next few days, so you can review any parts that you like. And if you actually would like anything typed out, maybe about the personality matrix, for instance, just send me a quick email. I'd be happy to send that along to you. I know I use it on a daily basis, and it's helped my relationships immensely. So have a great day.